which is this smaller one here. And then your 16 gauge speaker cable. That's going to be for all the component speakers. Her 8 gauge is going to be for her subs, and this is going to be in between her amps, the 4 gauge, and her 0 gauge is going to be her main power supply, and her earth, obviously, which is the brown stuff there. RCA's gives her signals, which then bring us back to the head source. Now, this isn't actually a little bad piece. JVC KD G615 head unit. Now, how cute is a remote? That has to be the smallest thing I've ever come across. Now, I've got small hands for a guy, but that there is tiny. So, what's important with this is understanding what the thing's capable of. What is very friendly is the fact that it's got a subwoofer output, as well as her fronts and rears, which is good. We are going to be paying attention to her speaker wiring, which is all taped up there and out the way. All that we are focused on is her power, her accessories, her ground, and also her remote wire, trigger wire, illumination, and everything else. Now, for those that are unaware of how these things run, internet is your friend. Google in particular. Run up the JVC website, or I tend to use retrievo.com, and they give me manuals of just about anything that I want to get my hands on. So, what I want to see is the installation and connection side of things. So, we go to the right page, and also some specifications of this thing are quite handy to know as well, because this thing will tell me that they have 2V pre-outs, so that's something that we can keep in mind, or 2.5 pre-outs I should say, for her speakers, and 2V for her sub output. So essentially she'd want to look at updating this head unit at a later date, but best thing with car audio is that you work with what you got and you can establish a sound that you're after. So, with all this in mind, I can run a print off of whatever the wiring is, that way I'm familiar with what I need to hook up. And then we get to take a trip out to the car, and we get to see where it's all going in, and then we can plan it all out. So let's go for a little walk.